The Zimbabwe Republic Police is a people's police service with the prerogative to maintain law and order in the country, upholding the constitution and enforcing the law without fear or favor. Hello viewers, we meet once again on yet another episode of Crime Watch, a program focused on cementing police-public partnerships with a view to forge a common front in fighting crime. Elliot Kudzai Ganyani is my name. Like all times, I'm honored to have you along. We start this week's episode with a story where a 23-year-old Budiriro man who was masquerading as a pirate taxi driver, committing a series of robbery cases in and around Harare, targeting mostly women, has been arrested by the police. On a day when he had committed 5 such offenses, he was not so fortunate on the 6th as it led to his apprehension.
We have been receiving quite a number of armed robbery, other weapon cases here in Maubra, where victims were only women. And today we've managed to arrest an accused person who we believe is linked to all those cases.
We spoke to some complainants who gave their horrifying experiences at the mercy of this criminal.
Takanga 3 passengers. Saka mukufamba yakasvotena nepanoitwa zvema Tombstone ku Warren Park tiri along Bulawayo Road. Ndokubva yatoti makwira motikari yematsotsi. Ndokubva atoti kana musina kuburitsa zvezvamui nazvo ndiri kukupfuura ine pfuti munofira mahara. So mukutya ndakamboresist asi passenger anga ari kumberi akabva aburitsa foni yake nemari yake ndokubva avhurirwa dhoo ndokubva abuda ndokubva tasara tiri vakadzi 2 ndokubva atoti muri kuramba ndipe kuno foni saka ndakaona foni yangu achitondibvutira ndokubva yaita kakupwanyika ndokubva ndamupa mari yese yandanga ndiinayo. Saka inini am urging members of the public kuti musangokwire motikari dzese mushikashika inini handifuni ndichakwira kuti mushikashika.
Ndakamubvunza zvakanaka akati andikuenda straight. Ndakati hazvo ndabatsirika bva ndipei mari yese yamuinayo ndobva ndangotora mari yanga ndinayo bva ndamupa saka ndichindipai foni ndobva atotena naAdeline Road muMaubra ndobva ndamupa ndikati mukwasha mari nefoni ndakupai. Iye akaramba achienda ndobva apinda muna Maubra Drive afamba nanyatsoona kuti pamberi pane vamwe vanhu vanga vari kufamba ndobva ndamuhaka mutsipa ndobva ndamudzvanya kudai so saka inini ndobva ndabudisa musoro nepawindo rake ndichingoti help me. Kufurani kwake nekumashure kwake pane varume vamira saka anga ari kumashure kwake ndobva amira ndobva ndivhurira dhoo varume vabva vangoti regai tiende nemi ambuya kupolisi yongonosiya ripoti paMaubra.
Police officers from Maubra managed to intercept that car along Maubra Drive and they arrested the driver at that particular moment. The police managed to recover 7 cell phones and $10 as well as 130 RTGS. We are now appealing to all those in Greater Harare who had suffered the same fates to visit any nearest police station so as to be guided.
We move on to convictions, where the following people who have been arrested by the police have been arraigned before the courts of law across the country and sentenced as follows. Musa Denge, aged 32, has been slapped with a 30-year jail term at Tredgold Magistrate Court in Bulawayo after he robbed Ngovizi Tampofu, aged 30, of his motor vehicle. At Gweru Regional Court, Morris Nyoni, aged 61, was sentenced to 17 years behind bars for rape. The accused raped his niece, who is a minor, twice on different occasions. Lastly, contravening Section 60, Paragraph A, Subsection 1 of the Electricity Act, Chapter 13.11, that is to cut, damage, or destroy any apparatus or material used in the generation, transmission, distribution, or supply of electricity, has seen Tafadzwa Divine Wafa, aged 26, and Tinashe Tafadzwa Moyo, aged 22, being convicted and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment each. The two cut 100 meters of Sesa copper armored cables. Be reminded that theft and vandalism of copper wires carries a mandatory 10-year jail sentence. Be responsible and law-abiding citizens. Do not be found on the wrong side of the law. In our previous episode, we carried a story on blind dads, where victims, mostly women, are being lured through social media platforms before being sexually abused. ZRP Zivarasekwa recently arrested one such criminal. Let us hear more in the following report.
We are here at ZRP Zivarasekwa, where we are speaking to Sergeant Maximus Lewayo. You arrested a person in connection with a series of rape cases.
Yes.
How was this sexual predator committing these offenses?
Well, what the accused person did, he used the WhatsApp platform media to lure the unsuspecting job seekers like the housemaids. He would chat with them and chose a secluded place where he could rape them.
How did you finally manage to apprehend him?
Well, we applied for a printout from the network provider, the Econet. After we obtained the printout, that's when what we used to track the accused person, and we finally arrested him. So far we have 10 victims who were raped by this suspect, and we feel out there are still more to come, so justice can prevail.
We later caught up with Officer in Charge ZRP Dzivarasekwa, Chief Inspector Judith Tinaro.
As ZRP Dzivarasekwa, we are appealing to anyone who could have been abused by this sexual predator to come forward and make a report so that justice can prevail. Meanwhile, the suspect has been taken to Harare Magistrates Court.
On that note, we are taking a short break. Join us in the second segment. Welcome to the second segment, and thank you for staying tuned. To those who are just joining us, it is a warm welcome. Criminal Investigations Department, Braeside, Harare, has arrested 4 criminals for numerous offences. Our reporter, Onesisa Sivanda, was in Braeside and covered the story.
In one of our previous episodes, we carried a story where CID Braeside arrested 4 robbers who were using a Honda Fit vehicle to rob unsuspecting commuters. In other milestone arrests, CID Braeside has once again arrested 4 other criminals who were involved in robbery, unlawful entry, and theft cases. Their arrest has led to the recovery of various properties, including motorbikes, bus tanks, and solar panels, amongst others. We spoke to Officer in Charge CID Braeside to shed more light on the matter.
The accused persons were mainly targeting motorbikes and approach the garages of property owners and break them during the night, especially in farms, and took the bikes. Also, they would commit some robberies where they would take some household goods. I would like to encourage members of the public to keep offs to the police through suggestion boxes, or they can come personally to any nearest police station and give such information. Also, I would like to advise our members of the public to immediately report their cases as soon as such offences are committed. And also, it is a good idea to put your personal marks in your property. For example, one of our complainants of this motorbike managed to identify his property through identification marks which himself put on his property.
At one stage, it's like I lost hope and I thought I'm not going to find my motorbike anymore. So all of a sudden, I received a call from the police that I've been dealing with. And they said, "Oh, your motorbike is in front." And I said, I wasn't sure because, like I've said, I'd lost hope. I was called to come to Braeside. That's where the motorbike has been found and it has been recovered.
It may take time to recover your stolen property, as is the case with the complainant who reported a missing motorbike in June 2019, but it was recovered in February this year. So it is important to make reports at all times because time does not deter us from recovering your stolen property.
In another story, a pilot project meant to rid the country of environment crimes has seen 10 officers from the Zimbabwe Republic Police being seconded to partner the environmental management agents to effect arrests throughout the country. We caught up with the Harare teams to shed more light on this operation.
As ZRP, we are working in partnership with EMA to fight against environmental crimes, which include sand poaching, illegal fuel dealings, illegal selling of LP gases, random dumping of waste, and use of care lights. And so far, we have managed to arrest more than 400 offenders and the total value of fines is plus or minus 250,000 RTGS. And we have managed to confiscate some of the things like the care lights which were banned 3 years ago and the fuel which we found in plastic containers.
We really appreciate the cooperation which we are in with the ZRP. Since we started our operation in January up to now, we have seen that there has been a rapid rise in the number of people who have been prosecuted. Our ZRP have managed actually to find out the sources of where the killers are coming and also to investigate where sand poachers are coming. Also, EMA, we are involved in environmental education awareness. And as such, we really urge people that to ensure that they comply with the environmental regulations.
Now, the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe and the Zimbabwe Republic Police always preach on good driving conduct to prevent the occurrence of road accidents. This urgent need to prevent road accidents has seen the First Lady partnering these organizations to save lives and property on the country's highways. The First Lady, Amaya Auxilia Mnangagwa, has pioneered a driver training program as a pragmatic road safety intervention meant to reduce or at best end road carnage. We are here at Jamaica Inn in Goromonzi District, Mashonaland East Province, where the program was launched.
We've gathered here to officially launch a driver training program where we would like to train youth and women how to drive. The quality of drivers we intend to produce is the ideal driver who is courteous, cautious, and responsible. The main objective of such a program is to empower both women and youth in Zimbabwe. We would like to produce competent drivers in order to reduce and even better to eliminate road carnage in Zimbabwe. Women are tranquil and careful drivers. So, in them, we want to impart skills in driving. Through this program, we hope to achieve the following: to empower the youths and women. We want to produce competent women who will be proactive in the reduction of road accidents. To produce at least 2 women or more drivers per province who will join ZUPCO as drivers and one day drive those big buses cautiously.
We are very grateful to you, Your Excellency, for coming up with this program that will help in empowering the youths and women and also tame the traffic jungle. We have noted, Your Excellency, your visionary programs and the hard work you do as you traverse the width and breadth of our country. We are proud to be part of your crusade to transform the lives of our people. It's changing the culture of our people towards work, and we're beginning to realize that a dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work.
We talked to the staff officer, Zimbabwe Republic Police National Highway Patrol, as well as Mr. Tatenda Chinoda of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
As the police, we value the sanctity of life, hence we are very, very much concerned with the rate at which accidents are happening in our roads. So with this initiative by the First Lady, working hand in glove with the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, in which they are training women and the youth to drive in our roads, we would like to give them all the necessary support so that we ensure that our roads are accident-free.
This is a very great program. We are not going back. It is being championed by the National Road Safety Ambassador or champion, who is none other than Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Why is it important? She has set the pace on how to tame the traffic jungle in Zimbabwe. You will remember that she's always alert on the behaviors of our drivers to the extent of admonishing them when they go wrong. So this is a wake-up call to every institution, every road user, that we need holistic training. The training is key. People think that training is expensive. If ignorance can come in, it will be more expensive when we realize dead bodies of men and women lying carelessly on the ground. So we don't want that to happen.
Ini ndinoti mai vasimbudza marombe kubva muguruva. Isusu tiriyo kumachonyonyo kumarizevha. Kuzoonawo munhu wekumarizevha achisimudzwa namai taifungidza pamwe isusu wekumarizevha tisive pasi pasi. Uye zvitenshidzi tiri vanhu vasina kudzidza. Asi mai havatarise kuti munhu wakadii. Vanongoti mukana yewo wavatizarurira. Saka ndinoda ngovatenda zvikuru nechitiko chekuti vatitorise madrivers license tiwewo madriver.
From that driver training program by the First Lady Amaya Auxilia Mnangagwa, we take a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying tuned. One of the key components of policing is assuring the public of their safety. Ruda Police in Honde Valley, Manicaland Province has allayed fears of alleged ritual murder killings which were believed to be prevalent in the area. This followed a false alarm which was being spread within the community of the existence of these cold-blood murderers. We spoke to some of the villagers on these allegations and more.
Nyama binya iruta urigashua. Asise maoni rangu mafungira rangu ndikuti mabinya shua ari kucheka wanhu.
Zveshuwa nyama binya iruta tinetsawo. Izvo chifanika zvakaita seni ndinotoperekedzwa mai nemhuri ndiperekedzeyo ndende kubasa.
Ndona sokuti activity yemabhinya inowanzwa pakutaurwa but pa ground chaizvo haina kuzonyanya semataurwa zvinoita. Because pane mamwe cases atinonzwa kuti munhu akadai. But sometimes when you follow up nyaya iyoyo unozoona kuti maybe haasi bhinya. Saka nyaya dzedzi dzakazoenda kumapurisa manje. Mapurisa akada kuedza kutsvagiridza. Anobuda pasina kana bhinya.
In response, this is what the officer in charge, Ruda Police Station, said.
We have received 8 cases of murder. Of all these cases, there's none who could associate with ritual killings, because of all the postmortems which were done, there was none where parts from the bodies were missing. So we need to allay the fears which are going around of people posting on social media that murder cases are occurring each and every day in Hauna and Honde Valley.
On a rather disturbing note, the police is concerned with the rise in the number of murder cases that are happening across the country as a result of domestic disputes and petty social conflicts. In some of the cases, police in Matopo have arrested 5 people while 7 others are still at large in connection with the murder of Metusele Sibanda, aged 22, following a disagreement over the switching off of a kitchen light. The 5 arrested are Prince and Admire Chuma, aged 26 and 18 respectively, Charles Ndlovu, aged 34, Emmanuel Pande, aged 27, and Ngovizita Chuma, aged 31. In another case, ZRP Inyati in Matabeleland North Province are looking for 5 people, that is Eddie and Bonisi Karo, 2 others only identified as Kuluza and Budiza, as well as another unidentified person for fatally assaulting Njabulo Nube, aged 22, over an undisclosed matter. The victim sustained serious injuries and later died at Inyati District Hospital. Still in Matabeleland North Province, 5 people were murdered using an axe by Christopher Gotore, aged 20, on 6 March 2020. And in Matabeleland South Province, police are investigating 3 murder cases that happened in Filabusi between 3 to 8 March 2020, and another that happened in Beitbridge on 8 March 2020. In Bulawayo, a 40-year-old man was shot dead under unclear circumstances at a hotel by yet to be identified 3 suspects on 5 March 2020. In another case in Guruve, one accused person, Moses Pusenti, aged 27, murdered his wife, Itai Boterere, aged 20, after accusing her of indulging in extramarital affairs. The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to urge members of the public to respect the sanctity of human life, and in cases of domestic disputes or social conflicts, to engage community leaders such as church elders, headmen, chiefs, and the police. Meanwhile, the police are investigating these murder cases and would like to warn perpetrators of such heinous crimes that the long arm of the law will soon catch up with them. We would also want to encourage members of the public who may have information that may help the police in the location of any of these suspects to visit or contact any nearest police station. Before we come to the end of this week's episode, the following are people who are on the police wanted list. A ZRP Plumtree are looking for Hloni Pompofu, aged 29, of house number R3, Dingimuzi, Plumtree, for a case of fraud. In another case, Brian Makombe, aged 35, of house number 21, Christchurch Road, Westley in Mutare, is wanted by Mutare Central Police for domestic violence. In a similar case, police in Bulawayo are also looking for Matches Muzamba, aged 37, of house number 56502/2, Old Lobengula, Bulawayo, for domestic violence. If you have any information that may help in the location of any of these people, feel free to visit us on any nearest police station or contact us on our National Complaints Desk number 0242 703 631. You can also visit us on our website address www.zrp.gov.zw or our email address feedback@zrp.gov.zw. Alternatively, you can link with us on our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe or Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Police. To those who may have missed some of our previous episodes, do not despair, as you can watch all Crime Watch episodes on our YouTube channel Zimbabwe Republic Police. In pursuance of the national vision of attaining a middle-income economy by year 2030, the ZRP endeavors to police for peace so as to create a conducive environment for economic recovery and prosperity in the Second Republic. You need to play your part too. From me, Elliot Kudzai Ganyani, it has been a wonderful time having you along, not forgetting the tireless efforts are being put by the crew behind the scenes. God bless you.